What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. You're welcome. If you've already subscribed, thank you. If you haven't subscribed yet, kindly hit the subscribe button and follow us on this journey. So I just felt the need to add my voice to calling on to people to stop projecting our insecurities on others. Like, just stop projecting your insecurities on other people. Like I said, it is okay to have insecurities. It happens. We are not perfect. So there's always things that are going to make us feel a little bit inadequate or not enough, which is what insecurities are literally. But sometimes you realize that you're seeing insecurities in other people simply because you're trying to avoid your own. And sometimes we project our insecurities on others by just setting standards for them. Like you're setting standards for other people on how they should live their lives, basing on your own choices or basing on your own insecurities. It's something you don't appreciate about yourself, but instead of accepting that and working on it, you start blaming other people who are like a certain way. Or let me just give an example of, if you're not comfortable with your weight, or you're not comfortable with your size, or you're not comfortable with how you look, now you start thinking that other people are also not comfortable with how they are. This happened sometime. There's someone shared a photo on Facebook with ladies that shared a group photo of ladies that were wearing these nice crop tops and very beautiful skirts, gorgeous women. And then someone commented saying that how they looked or what their size was, they shouldn't be wearing crop tops. I had to go in and I'm like, you can't be saying such things about other people. Like, if you think you shouldn't wear a certain dress, don't blame someone else for wearing it. That is their choice. For them, they are comfortable with their body. For them, they are okay. They love themselves. If you don't love yourself, work on yourself instead of attacking others for how they are feeling about their lives. I also have my own insecurities that I struggle with. But when I see people that are okay with things that I'm insecure about, I don't attack them, or I don't start pointing it out. This is wrong, because for them, they have accepted it, or to them, it is actually perfect, So I have taken steps to just help me to respect other people's choices, respect people's opinions. The first way of doing that is identifying your own insecurities. You have to be aware of your own self, because it's by loving yourself, by accepting yourself, that you'll be able to actually pass on that love to others. And after you've identified it, stop being harsh on yourself. Learn to accept it. Take steps on how you can cope with it. Because once you have accepted it, or once you have faced that insecurity and known that it is just there but it doesn't define you, you'll be able to project that positivity on other people instead of projecting the same insecurity that you have. So identifying your insecurity and accepting it, knowing how it affects you, will help you to avoid projecting it on others. And when you see them, you will know, this is who I am insecure about this. It doesn't mean that they are, because we are different. And when you accept it, it won't be hard for you to know that other people have also accepted what you believe is insecure about themselves, if it ever affected them, because sometimes it doesn't. But you will not start questioning whether they are okay with it or pointing it out, because if you've overcome it, then you know that other people are also okay with their lives. So instead of projecting that insecurity on them, you will be living a positive life, authentic, and knowing that they're also living their authentic lives. Then another way is to learn how to differentiate between reality and perception. Most of the times, projecting your insecurities on others is because you are having this perception about them. But that's not their reality. You don't know what is going on in someone's life. So before you start judging, or before you start pointing out something that you think is wrong, know that that is your perception. That's your opinion. Respect their lives, because their reality is different. And talking of respect, we have to accept and respect differences. Accept that people have different opinions from you. Accept that people have different choices and they make different choices and decisions, and respect their choices, respect their decisions, respect their appearance, and most importantly, their lifestyle, because mostly lifestyle is what's different. How you live your life is different from how someone else lives their lives. So instead of judging and saying, how are they doing this? Just because you can't do it doesn't mean that the other person shouldn't. Or just because you're afraid to take a step doesn't mean that the other person also should be afraid. Instead, just actually learn from it. Be guided or be inspired to learn from how people are living their lives, if what they are doing is actually positive. If you're afraid to take a step and you actually see someone is doing it, don't start projecting your fears on them, but learn from them. So accept and respect people's choices, opinions, and differences. And then another thing I have to mention is stop feeling threatened. Most of the times we are all working towards freedom, right? We all want to live freely. We all want to be happy. We all want to be joyful, but there are limitations, or so it might be just society or the fears that we have that hold us back. And when you see that someone is breaking those boundaries, when you see that someone has challenged whatever live it be culture it's been, when you see that someone is living freely, they are living that freedom that you don't have, instead of just admiring or simply learning from them, you start now projecting your own fears on them and start setting standards for how they should live their lives. But accept that people are at a different level than you and stop feeling threatened, but work on yourself to also get there. Take steps to get to where they are, if that's where you want to go anyway. There are things that guide me personally. If I see someone living a certain lifestyle or doing something, I ask myself, how is this affecting me? Before I start judging. Or is it affecting anyone? Is it illegal? Is it a crime? Is it offensive? If it's not affecting me, if it's not affecting anyone, it doesn't concern me. I just have to respect that is their life, to know that I don't even have an opinion to say about it. It doesn't concern you at all. Just respect people. Know that people are different. We are different. We have different lifestyles. We have different capacities. We are at different levels in life. And until you understand that and accept it, you're always going to feel threatened by people's decisions and lifestyles. So stop being threatened just because people have already broken what you consider to be a limitation, or just because people are living freely and you're not. Finally, focus on your self-growth. Most of the times the insecurities that we have is because we are struggling with our self-esteem or acceptance or just being authentic. So focus on your self-growth. Work on your insecurities and find how you can embrace them and cope with them or overcome them if they can be overcome. Just acknowledge that you're not perfect and other people are not perfect. So just because they are living a certain lifestyle or just because they are doing something doesn't mean that they are perfect, and you're also not perfect. So deal with your insecurities, let them deal with theirs. Don't project your own insecurities on them. It doesn't matter whether you feel like you're the same or whether you feel like they look a certain way or they're doing something that you don't agree with. It is what you don't set standards for other people's lives. And people set their own standards as long as it's not affecting you, as long as it is not affecting anyone in any way. Just acknowledge that people are different, that we are all different. Work on yourself. Embrace yourself and allow yourself to evolve. Allow yourself to move from one step to another, to be free. Allow yourself to grow and to change sometimes, because you realize that some of the insecurities we have is because we are afraid to change, because maybe you think you're going to become someone else, or you're afraid that people will judge you. But know that if we all learn to not judge others, then there'll be no one judging. But also, like I said, there'll always be people saying negative things. Just don't let that be you. Let other people judge. Don't let it be you, the one that's judging, the one that is pointing fingers, the one that is being negative, the one that sees wrong in everyone else. Just be the one that is bringing all the positivity. There is so much joy in being free and being authentic and living freely. So let's learn to live with each other. Let's learn to respect each other. Let's learn to accept each other. And most importantly, we need to learn that we're on different levels. Respect people's opinions, respect differences, and stop projecting your insecurities on others. It really baffles me so much. I don't like it when I see people on the timeline saying, how are you dressed like this? Or, someone just sharing their happy picture or sharing their happy moment, and you start looking for loopholes. That's their life, okay? And you have your own. If you think things shouldn't be going a certain way, they shouldn't be going a certain way for you, not for others. So stop setting standards for how people should live their lives. Stop setting standards for who people should love or what people should do with their lives. Just let people be. identify, accept, and acknowledge, and learn to evolve. Thank you all for joining me on this episode. Thank you for watching this video. Share with me in the comments what you think. I mean, why do you think we are always threatened, or we are always jumping out to have an opinion about other people and how they are living their lives? I mean, do you think we are threatened? Do you think we are in fear? Or do you think it's insecurities? Just let me know. But for me, that's just what I had to say. Just don't project your insecurities on others. Thank you all for watching. I love you guys. Until next time, my name is Pajay. Bye bye.